Xbox On. Welcome to Xbox On, a podcast with one host about one console, Xbox. I'm said host Jesse DeRosa, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about the latest Xbox news for the week of August 28th, 2025, including cloud gaming is expanding to more Game Pass subscribers, Forza Horizon may be headed to Japan, Black Ops 7 makes big changes in response to audience backlash, and more. On This Week in Xbox History, in the year 2013, 12 years ago, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was released for the Xbox 360. I feel like people were just so obsessed with this expansion, spin-off, campaign, DLC, side game, whatever, for the longest time. Listen, maybe it's because I played it years and years later, and I played Far Cry 4, and Far Cry 3, and Far Cry 5. Maybe did I play this before or after 5? I don't know. I played other Far Cry that came out after this game before I played this game. So I kind of came back years later and played it, and it is awesome. I do love Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, but I feel like it's just kind of overrated. Like it's cool, it's fun. To me, I still think Far Cry 4 best Far Cry. I think that's a hot take though. I think most people agree that's 3 and Blood Dragon are the best. But anyway, I don't care. It is a good game nonetheless. Definitely a solid deal for $20. In a couple hours of your life. I mean, I doubt it's $20 now. I'm sure these days you can get it for a couple bucks because it's a Ubisoft game. Those things are always on sale. But I don't know. I remember having a fun time with it. I don't remember a whole lot about it, which maybe isn't the best thing to say. But I remember enjoying it and then being like, yeah, it's not the best Far Cry, but it's cool. And then that was that. But Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, happy 12th year anniversary, birthday, whatever. Guys, Mr. Dead Captain James writes in to start us off this week and says, man, I'm having Battlefield 6 withdrawal. It's bad, LOL. Yes, I can relate. Me and you both, buddy, because, oh boy, it's been real. We'll talk about when we get to the games I've been playing, but I have just been, the past week has just been coping with the absence of Battlefield 6, and I have been doing anything and everything to get my fix and to take my mind off of and to just keep myself preoccupied until October 10th rolls around. So I'm feeling it with you there. Let's all suffer in solidarity together as one. Are yet to be fallen brothers in the field of battle. So yeah, man, I miss it. But you know, this is the thing. It's once in a blue moon because I feel like so often it's like, oh, this game came out, it's free to play, let me try it. It's like, whatever. Oh, this game's got a free demo, let's give it a try. Whatever. Oh, this game that looks pretty interesting just came out. It's in Game Pass. I'll get to it. Oh, this game that you were like kind of looking forward to just came out. It's $60, but the reviews are really good and everyone's talking about how good it is. I'll get to it. Sometimes it's just like one of those things, like you got to put it off, or you play and you're not that hot on it, or you think you're going to love it and you buy it and you pre-order it and then you jump in and you're like, Battlefield 6 for me, maybe it's just like the stars align with the timing and everything, but it's been one of those games for me where it just came out and immediately I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I want. This game is everything that I'm wanting right now, and it's just, again, I don't know if it's the type of game with the timing and all the things, but it's just something about the combination of what the game is, when we got it, how we got it, and all of that. I was like, I'm definitely going to give it a try. Battlefield is usually a game I like, but I don't love. I'm more of a Call of Duty guy. Played Battlefield 6 for 10 seconds, and I'm just like, this is my fucking identity now. So I'm missing it there, man, with you. And, man, what is it, like 40-something days left until it comes out? We'll get there. We just got to get through some bullshit first. Guys, welcome to the Xbox On podcast, a podcast about all things PlayStation, Nintendo, and isometric European art design, interior decorating, and financial advice. We're financial advice as well, right? Anyway, the reason we do the podcast is because Xbox news has to be delivered to the people, and Xbox doesn't do a good job delivering news, so I thought I should do it. So with that said, we should talk about games coming to Xbox that you might be interested in playing this week, and there's a handful. It's a really good week for new game releases, so in case you didn't already have enough on your plate, we got more for you. So this week, Gears of War Reloaded is officially out for Xbox Series S and X and PC. But what is that? For the first time ever in the history of the series, Gears of War is now officially available on the PlayStation console, the PlayStation platform. PS5 players can get on Gears of War Reloaded. So if you want to play the third version of the re-release of the first Gears of War game, you can do it on PlayStation now, and it's crossplay and 120 FPS and all the rest. And I know this remaster has been getting really strong reviews, and lots of people are buying it on PlayStation, and it's doing quite well, and it's a big deal and all that. It's awesome. It's awesome to see so many people rediscovering, or perhaps discovering for the first time, Gears of War and getting into it. But it's just I don't know. I can't. I feel like I can't be a part of this, or I can't be excited about it, because it's just so weird witnessing the moment where Gears of War came to PlayStation. But I'm not personally dying to play Gears of War 1 right now again. I'm sure this will be something fun to come back to at some time. Maybe when we're leading up to the launch of Gears E-Day, I'll play this in preparation or anticipation of that game. But this isn't something I feel like I need to play right this second. So I'm going to put it off for now. I'm going to put it on the back burner. But I always love Gears of War. I know when I do get around to playing this, I'll be like, God, I love this game. It's so good to come back. But for now, I just don't feel like I need to. So I listen, this moment, I know it looks and runs better and all the rest. It's the millionth remaster of it. The big news here is obviously Gears of War is on PlayStation, and now you can play the multiplayer cross-platform across PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So that is the big news there. But it looks like the trade is somewhat reciprocal, because while we're not getting, a first-party legendary PlayStation game on Xbox, we are getting a second-party, big, successful PlayStation game on Xbox, because the same day Gears of War came out, we also got Helldivers 2 on the Xbox Series S and X. And word is that Helldiver numbers are up a shit ton right now, that the game's doing quite well on Xbox. The Xbox market is taking very quickly and well to the game, which should come as no surprise. This is a game that looks like it always belonged on Xbox. And then on top of that, of course, the new Halo ODST $15 DLC with cosmetics, with guns and outfits and stuff, is also available. So you can not only play Helldivers on your Xbox, but you can play Helldivers on your Xbox with some Halo content. So this is obviously a no-brainer. Now, this is one that I will be buying. I will, just to support the idea of PlayStation games on Xbox, I will be buying this, and I will be getting that Halo DLC. The question is when. Originally, I thought I was going to get it day and date, but I'm actually really in a groove right now where I'm playing some other games. I don't feel like I need to hop into this right now. So I might put it off for a little bit, but not too long, because then you run the risk of never getting around to it. So I'm trying to figure out what to do here, but I do want to hop into this. I do want to give Helldivers 2 some more time. I do want to play it on my Xbox and just not have to chill at my desk for once when I play Helldivers. So I'm going to give this one the old college try, but I don't know that this weekend's going to be it. But obviously, I'm excited and interested in this one a lot. Definitely want to put my money where my mouth is and say, PlayStation, more of your shit on Xbox, please and thank you. Speaking of PlayStation shit on Xbox, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater comes out the day this podcast goes live on Thursday. It is available on Xbox Series consoles, PC, and PlayStation. It is the remastered re-release from the ground up reimagining of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So this is the Metal Gear game that chronologically takes place first in the series, but is technically the third entry that they released, and it's one of the more popular Metal Gear Solid games. So this is obviously a big one. It's been a long time since we've seen anything Metal Gear, with Hideo Kojima and Konami breaking up a decade ago. This is a pretty big deal to see Konami really kind of going back and touching this franchise in any way. It looks like the reviews are strong. People are loving it. And if you've never played Metal Gear Solid 3, this is probably the de facto way to experience it, especially if you're an Xbox player. So there's that. I've never played Metal Gear Solid 3, probably never will. I played Metal Gear Solid 1. I've always wanted to play Metal Gear Solid 2. I know I'm going to love that game. But I feel like anything past Metal Gear Solid 2, I don't really feel obligated to play, but maybe one day I'll feel differently about that. I don't know. And then lastly is another game I actually really want to play. In fact, this is the game on this list that I am most inclined to play right now. And I'm really torn between whether or not I want to get it on Switch 2 or if I want to get it on Xbox. And I'm thinking I'll probably get it on Xbox because it looks like it's released for the Switch and not the Switch 2. So it probably looks kind of shitty compared to the Xbox version on Switch. So I'll probably get it there. But anyway, the game I'm talking about is Shinobi Art of Vengeance. This is the new Shinobi game by Sega, first Shinobi game in God knows how many long-ass years. But it looks phenomenal. I love this watercolor, cel-shaded art style they've gone with here. This Ninja Gaiden alternative 2D samurai ninja fucking slashing platforming game that just looks honestly really, really, really superb. This game comes out on Friday, August 29th, and it's getting incredible reviews, which I'm really stoked to see. I know Sega's been big about, hey, we're going back and revisiting our dormant IP and looking for ways to reimagine and bring them back. And I'm just so happy that they have found a good partner to work with and a great, kind of foot forward in this initiative. Yeah, and this is being developed by, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. This is Lizard Cube. I actually don't know who the hell Lizard Cube is. A studio based in Paris with recruited blah blah blah. Let's see. Sega's approached Lizard Cube, a studio based in Paris, and recruited them as a development partner after being impressed with their work on Wonder Boy, Dragon's Trap, and Streets of Rage 4. Okay, so that I know Streets of Rage 4 was well received. So it looks like these guys have some chops already, and to no one's surprise, they knocked it out of the park again. This game is getting pretty much like B+, A- scores across the board, so it does seem like it's doing quite well, and man, it just looks so beautiful. I hope it's not too gruelingly hard, because I'm really hoping this is a game I can just kind of pick up and have a great time with without sweating too much. But I'm definitely going to give this game a try. It looks very, very beautiful. All right, guys, that's it for our games that are released this week. So if you don't have enough stuff taking up time in your life, here are 4 more games that are probably of interest to at least most of you. At least one of these games is of interest to most of you, probably. So there you go. Enjoy your bigger backlog there, and a little gift from Xbox to you. But guys, that's it for our games releasing this week. Now we're going to continue on with the podcast as we've been doing, where we just really roll into the news, and then we'll talk about what I've been playing, and comments and all that stuff on the back half of the show. So without further ado, let's just hop right in, guys. We have some news to kick us off here about Game Pass cloud gaming, which I'm really excited about. This is actually something that kind of applies to me right now, which is weird enough, but from VGC, Microsoft is set to bring cloud game streaming to its lower tiers of Xbox Game Pass. Starting this week, users enrolled on the Xbox Insider program will be able to test an Xbox Cloud Gaming beta, which makes game streaming available to those subscribed to Xbox Game Pass Core and Standard tiers. So currently, outside of the Insider test, the ability to stream games via cloud is only available to subscribers at the highest $20 Ultimate tier of Xbox Game Pass. In addition, insiders subscribed to Xbox Core and Standard will, for the first time, be able to stream PC versions of select titles. Full details, which can be read about on Xbox's website. The move comes a day or two after Xbox had hinted at a more affordable Xbox cloud gaming service that could be in the works. So the reason I assume they're doing insider testing is just because a flood of more people using these cloud servers could, stress the servers harder and cause lower latency and worse performance and less, more buffering and issues. And so my guess is that they don't want to stress the server farms too much, and that's why they're doing it this way, because otherwise it's like, what the fuck is there to beta test? The Insider program is for basically beta testing operating system updates and features and stuff like that. It's like, this feature works the same. Expanding it to more players isn't, like adding new features. It's just expanding the user base. So I assume this is about onboarding more users and slowly adding to it rather than all at once, just like doubling or tripling the number of people who have access to cloud gaming overnight. But this is great. I really wish they would put this on Xbox Game Pass for PC, but this is great because, I've been off Game Pass for about a month now, and the other day I resubscribed just to Core, just so I could play online because of a game I've been playing on my Xbox. And because of that, I was like, what would be awesome is if this tier also included cloud streaming, because that way it's like, hey, the base tier is really for people who want to access games they have online and to access cloud streaming to their games. It's not really about getting access to games. It's about getting access to play your games with all their features, online connectivity and features like that. So I feel like it just makes sense for this to be included in Game Pass Core. And then for Standard, it's like, yeah, that's kind of where I expected them to lower it to. I actually didn't expect them to bring it to all tiers of Game Pass. So this is just a pleasant surprise that we're going to have more and more people able to access cloud gaming. And this is great because I've been missing my Logitech G Cloud for a little bit. I haven't really been using it because I haven't had Game Pass. And when I do play handheld, I've been kind of on my Switch too. So this is a great little excuse for me to get back into using my Logitech G Cloud and also doing some Xbox Cloud streaming, which is a feature I like to use and test from every now and then from time to time. So this is really great news, and I'm sure this is going to be a great step forward in the big picture, grand scheme of things, of trying to get Xbox Cloud Gaming more into Asian and African markets because you want to have a low entry price point, and we know that Xbox is very keen on trying to get this this service into markets where home consoles aren't traditionally the de facto way to engage in gaming, and so trying to get people like in Korea and Taiwan to play Xbox cloud gaming will be an easier pill to swallow if people are paying like $10-15 a month as opposed to 20. So I just think this is kind of a no-brainer, obvious solution, and gatekeeping this feature behind the highest tier was always kind of a head scratcher when we know that the point of this feature is to try and capture as large of an audience as possible. But my guess would be this has to have something to do with the slow rollout or onboarding of server farms and stress testing these servers before they allow more and more people onto it. And now I feel like they're probably at a point where they're like, all right, time to get more people involved in cloud streaming. And so I guess that's why we're seeing the rollout happen now. But, better late than never. I'm excited to see this one happen for sure. All right, guys, let's talk about Forza Horizon, a game we haven't seen anything about in a while because, well, this never-to-be-released Fable game has taken all the attention from anything that Playground Games has worked on. So last week, there was chatter about Forza Horizon 6 being set in Japan, but following news of the region's K cars being scanned into the game, Pure Xbox covered news that were somewhat worried about giving too much weight. But some fresh information from Windows Central this past week is giving us a lot more of reason to believe that Forza Horizon 6 presumably will be set in Japan and come out possibly next year. According to the site and its sources, Forza Horizon 6 will be revealed at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Not only is Tokyo Game Show just weeks away, it always happens in September. It'll happen at the end of September this year. But it's also a very different backdrop for the new Forza game to be announced. A backdrop distinctly aimed at the Japanese market. So this will be a nice little marketing stunt to announce a Forza game in Japan at a Japanese gaming festival, and it's the Forza game that is set in Japan. So Windows Central has added to the story recently. They said, we've seen official, widely circulated documents strongly suggesting that Forza Horizon 6 is actually planned to be announced during Tokyo Game Show, an annual gaming-focused conference kicking off in Japan towards the end of September. So they seem pretty confident that within about a month we should be seeing this game revealed and shown off for the first time at TGS, which is really exciting. So I love Forza Horizon. People love Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is a huge game right now that is doing super, super well now that it's available on PlayStation. And it was always an Xbox franchise that was doing super, super well. So to think that in 4 weeks we could be seeing the next entry in the series after 4 years of inactivity is really exciting. And then I feel like Tokyo in Forza Horizon, it's kind of the same thing as like an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan, where it's like people have just been asking for this forever. It's the one everyone's wanted, and we're finally getting it. So this is not just exciting because it's the next Forza Horizon, but it's exciting because it's the Forza Horizon people have wanted the most. I no disrespect to Mexico. Forza Horizon 5 is great. Forza Horizon 4 is it's set in London or in England. It's also great, but I gotta be honest, the Forza Horizon game I vibed with the most was definitely 3 because it was set in Australia, and I thought that was a really fun and adventurous setting. But I feel like Japan, oh man, like a Tokyo Forza Horizon 6, that would be so stylish and aesthetic and sexy. I mean, oh my god, that's just such a no-brainer location setting. So I really hope that this is what we're going to get in the next month or so, and it seems like we probably will be. So tentatively mark your calendars. This is probably going to be a fall 2026 game, and I am 100% excited about it, here for it. Now, will this move the needle in any meaningful way for Xbox and their initiative and efforts to try and be more relevant in Japan? Absolutely not, but it's a cute stunt nonetheless, and I appreciate the effort. So that is our Forza Horizon update. Please, oh please, God, we need more Forza Horizon. I'll take that any day. All right, guys. Next up, let's talk about Call of Duty. Speaking of Call of Duty, throughout the past year, Call of Duty content, people have been bitching and moaning. This is from Pure Xbox. That parts of the community talking more about the outlandish elements being added to recent games, like the Beavis and Butthead crossover event that happened over the summer. But speaking in an August 2025 community update this week, the Call of Duty team addressed this feedback that fans are upset with Call of Duty going super crazy on the Nicki Minaj skins and the fucking Teletubby skins and all the rest, and they've made a change. So as follows, they said, walking back some previously announced news with Black Ops 7, In Black Ops 7, bundles and items will be crafted to fit the Black Ops identity. We hear the feedback. We need to deliver a better balance forward and an immersive core Call of Duty experience. So they announced Carry Forward, which is a feature that they had in 2023 that allowed you to take all the skins and things you unlocked and purchased in Modern Warfare 2022 and bring it forward to Modern Warfare 2023. And it's a great idea in theory, and I love that, but the problem with it is Black Ops 6 this year, trying to do that again with Black Ops 6 to 7, on paper sounds like a natural idea and a really good way to cater to an audience. But Black Ops 7, let's be honest, is at an immense disadvantage from the get-go if you can carry forward your Black Ops 6 skins, because the worst thing about Black Ops 6 is it literally is like Seth Rogen and the Ninja Turtles mowing down Beavis and Butthead in a fucking in a fucking Gulf war zone, for lack of a better term. And it's just so immersive breaking, and normally I don't get too riled up in like whatever the internet discourse is, but this is one of those things where like the internet won't shut up about this, and I am right there with them in solidarity. I can't fucking stand what they're doing with Call of Duty and these skins, and a huge part of why I don't play Black Ops 6 a lot and why I don't play a lot of Call of Duty these days is because I don't enjoy seeing like fucking Lord and Helen Keller fucking duke it out in the Warzone map. It's just not fun to me. Playing Battlefield 6 this past few weeks have been wonderful. It's been so wonderful just playing as generic military guys, and it doesn't matter. They don't have to be fucking personalities, and they don't have to have tattoos and fun hair, and they don't have to do all this cool shit. They're just stupid fucking military guys in a stupid fucking military war zone shooting each other with stupid fucking military weapons, and that's kind of what I want in my military shooter. So I really admire the move to take it back. So they're saying Carry Forward will still exist if you have XP tokens or gobblegums or whatever you've unlocked. In Black Ops 6, you can still carry that forward to Black Ops 7. But if you bought a Peter Griffin or Spider-Man skin in Black Ops 6, you're not going to be able to carry that forward to Black Ops 7. Now, I feel like this is a fan service move they're able to make that's actually kind of works in their benefit as well, because, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, if we can't have people carry their skins over, then it'll just, tell people, oh, I guess I got to buy more skins because I don't have any skins now in Black Ops 7. So, if anything, it's a win-win for them in a way, because they're like kind of kowtowing to their audience while also pushing people into feeling forced to buy skins for this new game. So, the way they're basically saying this is like, we're still going to do skins, but the skins we release in Black Ops 7 are going to look like they belong in the Black Ops universe, which is kind of a joke because the skins they've already showed for pre-order in the game already look ridiculous and goofy. But hey, I do appreciate at least this. Here's the thing, at the very least, if you're going to release ridiculous skins, either make them based on nothing or make them be ridiculous stuff in the Black Ops universe. I don't fucking need the Power Rangers and Little Bear fighting in like war-torn Ukraine or whatever the fuck these games take place in. It's like it's just not a good look. It really does kill the vibe for me. The reason people love Call of Duty, aside from it's just addictive gameplay, is it's like they love the cool weapons and the sick locations and the fun maps and like how like badass everything looks and sounds and feels. And you really kill a lot of that when it's, when it's like Guy Fieri and Barack Obama, planting C4s in each other's assholes. Like, it's just not what anyone originally came here for. And I understand we live in this world where everyone has to be like I got that reference, or, I love this IP, or this thing from 25 years ago is my entire brand and identity, and I'm forever a bitch and a slave to this thing. So, oh my God, they put Futurama in Black Ops, and that I have to have it because I need people to know I love that stupid fucking robot guy from Futurama. It's like, yeah, but it's just at the cost of the soul and the identity of Call of Duty. And Call of Duty is a game that sells so well and does so well. It's like, you're not in this last-ditch effort to get relevancy and attention, so why are you selling yourself out so fucking hardcore for an extra dollar here or there? Like, I get that you're a for-profit company, Activision, trying to make money as much as you can, and people are stupid enough to buy this shit and it works for you, so why not keep doing it? I get that, but like, goddamn, don't you have any fucking integrity? That's the thing. It's like, is there any self-respect or decency or integrity to be had whatsoever? Absolutely not, apparently. But this is really encouraging news that they're walking this back. I do think it's it's a temporary fix, because I fully suspect that in like 8 months you'll look at Black Ops 7 and there will be ridiculous skins. It'll be like, play as the monkey bomb from Zombies mode or something. Like they'll have ridiculous shit like that. But just knowing that I won't be able to play as Sabrina Carpenter and Van Wilder in this game will just be at least somewhat assuring. And I'll be honest, man, I really am part of this loud minority of people that won't shut the fuck up about this, because when they announced this, my interest and hype for Black Ops 7 went from like 40% hyped to like 75% hyped. Like, it really made a world of a difference, to where like now I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so overwhelmed between Black Ops 7 and Battlefield 6. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And so I got this great problem on my hands where I'm really excited for both of these first-person military shooters coming out imminently. So really, really good stuff to see this here. Hopefully they can show a little bit more restraint and respect. It is promising that they made this first step, but I guess they're just thinking, hey, let's not piss off our core audience, and also just kind of urge people, hey, if you spent $50 on skins last year, drop another $50 because you need new skins for this year's game. So maybe it's a win-win for them. We'll see. All right, guys, let's keep the fun going. Speaking of Activision, let's talk about Halo, I guess. Whatever, fuck it. So, from Pure Xbox, Halo Studios has a new creative director. The news was announced on LinkedIn a few days ago by John Williams, otherwise known as JJ Williams. Looking through JJ's career, he's most notably worked on Raven Software and a bunch of Call of Duty games, including Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, Vanguard, some of the worst Call of Duties, and many others. He's initially served as a senior game designer of the company before transitioning to an associate creative director. As you can see from the tweet that he posted online, which we'll go over in a second, he's also worked on loads of other major franchises, including Apex Legends. In fact, he served as principal designer for Apex Legends from August 2024 to August 2025, so he's only just left the team there. Beyond that, he's also worked on Mortal Kombat, Disney Infinity, and lots of other games in the past 2 decades. So this guy has been around the block, which leads me to believe he's probably not going to be at Halo Studios all that long. But anyway, this Halo leaks... here it is. He says, I'm so happy to share the news that's starting blah, blah, blah. My Halo Studios, my new job as creative director. So whatever. Listen, man, we'll see. Here's the thing is, we're so far removed from the people who really made Halo what it is that at this point it's like, oh, there's a new creative director, and it's a guy who's worked in this industry on other games similar to Halo, big long-standing franchises that have guns and M ratings and first-person shooting. So good for him. Let's see how this goes. It's just, after everything that's happened with Halo 4, 5, and Infinite, I'm just used to big figures like this coming and going between projects, and I just feel like it's like, okay, well, are you the guy to help steer the Halo ship, or are you just the next guy in the job for 2 years, get the resume experience, and then on to hopefully Naughty Dog or something one day? It's like, what are you really doing here? And so I just can't get like super excited or glean a whole lot of information from an announcement like this. But good for this Mr. Williams. Hopefully he is the man for the job, and hopefully he can help us bring Halo back in the direction it needs to go. For them to just be bringing on a new creative director at this late into the studio's development or restructuring kind of has me believing that, like, I don't know, maybe they're not all that far along in this PlayStation Halo Combat Evolved remake and Unreal that they're working on. So I just kind of wonder, or is this in preparation for whatever's next for Halo after that remake? I do wonder, but we'll have to wait and see. There were rumors that we're going to get, information about a new Halo game soon. Like, was that supposed to be Gamescom? I don't know. I doubt it. If we saw it this year, it'd probably be at the Game Awards, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like this is a next year thing to talk about. So we'll just have to continue to wait, continue to see. Oh, wait. Phil Spencer said at the end of the summer showcase that next year's a big anniversary year for Xbox, so we're expecting to see Halo next year. So there you go. We'll find out in due time if there's anything to be excited about here. I'm still a little jaded on Halo at this point in time, so I don't mean to be so negative. It's just I just don't like talking about it right now. It's like, just please don't disappoint me too much whenever you come back to talk about what's next, but I just have a feeling I'm going to be disappointed. All right, guys, from VGC, Bungie, this is next up. Speaking of people who made Halo, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons has announced he's leaving the company Bungie after almost a decade. He says, after more than 2 decades helping build this incredible studio and establishing the Bungie Foundation and growing inspiration for communities around the world, I've decided to pass the torch Parson wrote about his departure. He says, "The journey has been the honor of a lifetime. I'm deeply proud of the worlds we've built together and the millions of players who call it home. And I'm mostly of all, I'm just privileged by the opportunity to have worked alongside incredible minds at Bungie. Justin Truman, the studio's chief development officer, will take his place. Parsons originally joined Bungie in 2002, working as executive producer on Halo 2 and 3. He would later ascend to the current role of CEO in 2016, before shipping Destiny 2 a year later. He says, quote, "When I was asked to lead Bungie in 2015, my goal was to grow us into a studio capable of creating and sustaining iconic generation-spanning entertainment. We've been through so much together. We've launched bold new chapters in Destiny, built the enviable independent live ops organization capable of creating and publishing its own games, and joined the incredible family at Sony Interactive Entertainment." New CEO Justin Truman posted following the message, in which he sets out his stall for the future of the troubled developer, saying, quote, "I am committed to supporting and working alongside every member of the team here as we continue pouring our hearts and souls into these worlds that we love and then we hope have been worth your time and passion, because ultimately those worlds only exist and thrive because you. We are hard at work on what we're doing next, both in Marathon and Destiny. We're currently heads down, but we'll have more to share with you in both these worlds later this year." So an update on Destiny and Marathon later this year. Hopefully we get that Marathon announced day. The rumor is it's supposed to come out before March next year, so we'll have to see. But I know a lot of Bungie people are very anti-Pete Parsons, so this is good news in a lot of people's eyes that he's leaving, but apparently people aren't super stoked with Justin Truman taking his place because apparently he's not much better, or he's not, the preferred successor, according to just internet discourse. Not that I really have much to say or much insight on this, but it is just to say Bungie has been in somewhat of a fucked position for a minute, and as we now know, they are kind of getting folded more and more into the Sony first-party family, and they're kind of being de-emphasized as this, secondary entity that Sony owns that they use separate from, but also alongside PlayStation, and they're more so just kind of becoming another PlayStation studio. So you almost wonder, will this next guy, this Truman guy, be able to be a leader to the extent and the influence as like a Pete Parsons, or is he more of just a studio head as Bungie becomes one of many PlayStation studios? And so that's the thing to watch out for here, because I think Bungie is going to start operating and acting very differently from how we've seen them the past decade or so. But nonetheless, hopefully Justin brings whatever Bungie needs to the table, because it's just, Marathon looks fine. I'm not particularly stoked on it. I'm going to play it purely out of obligation and nothing else. I'm just really not hyped on it. And then the idea that they're going to keep going back to Destiny, I'm like, that's cool, but I'm really ready for just something new, something different. And if it's going to be Destiny, I'm ready for something real different, like a Destiny 3 or something. But I feel like Bungie is in a little bit of a stasis right now, and I wonder if this guy can help lead them out of it, and hopefully that's the case. But guys, speaking of leading people out of a long dormancy and funk, let's talk about EA's Skate, a game that's been dormant for a long time. People have been waiting for its return, and well, you're about to get that, because according to VGC, EA and developer Full Circle have finally announced early access for Skate, the fourth game in the Skate series, and the first to be released in 15 years, will enter early access on September 16th, so just a couple weeks here. The game will be free to download with cross-platform multiplayer and cross-gen progression. The early access version is available on Series consoles, Xbox One, PC, and that's amazing. You can play it for free beginning in 3 weeks. Earlier this month, Full Circle said the game's first season of content will start shortly after the game enters early access. They say, quote, "Yes, Skate will have seasons of seasonal content," the studio wrote in the latest edition of the official blog, The Grind. "The world, games features, and in-game events, and even the soundtracks will be updated to celebrate each season." I actually kind of fucking love that. Each season in Skate will last around 3 months, with the season featuring a Skate Pass with paid and free tiers. I'm very interested in giving this game a try. I did not like Skate back in the old days. I tried Skate 1 and 2. I never played Skate 3. But I had a lot of friends who really loved this series, and I could never, ever get into it. I just don't like the more sim-type skating experience. I've always been more of a Tony Hawk guy. It's the same thing with Call of Duty and Battlefield. It's I want to Skate, but, Tony Hawk is just so much more Arcadian fun. It's I want to I want to like Battlefield, but Call of Duty so easy. Just pick up and shoot laser guns and tag, you're it. So it's kind of a similar thing, but I feel like, I'm 30 now. Maybe my tastes and opinions have changed. I really want to give this game a try. And the fact that it's going to be free to play and have this seasonal content and everything and be more live service oriented, I feel like it's going to be a great way to get people like me to give it a go instead of having to pay 60, 70 bucks. And so hopefully this works out for them. I know a lot of people have really been dying for Skate to come back. I just don't know if they can make it a viable, profitable venture in this format. But I really do appreciate what they're trying just because it's interesting. It's different. Like, this isn't your typical free-to-play, like, oh, it's another shooter. Oh, it's another battle royale. It's like, no, it's like a chill skating game, which, like, it kind of makes sense because, like, when you think about skating in real life, I mean, this is what skating is. It's like time changes, new music comes out, you listen to it with your buddies. It's a show. It's a social experience. It's this thing where like you meet. Like I used to hang out a lot. I used to hang out a lot at the skate park when I was young. A lot of my friends were skaters. I was the kid at the skate park who wasn't skating because he couldn't skate, but I was still there in my skinny jeans, listening to my emo music, chilling with my friends, and that's what the skate park always was. It was like, hey, we're gonna go try to do this trick, or so-and-so is going to try to do the bowl today, or we're just going to chill out at the skate park after school. And it was this thing where like the seasons change, new music comes out, you look forward to this, you look forward to that, and it's like a social activity you do with your friends. And I just like the idea of taking that element of skating culture and turning it into a live service where it's like, it's like, oh yeah, now the leaves are falling and we're skating over here, and then it's summertime and we're back at the park and we're doing this, and now we're trying to work on that. And it's like you could just go online, play with your friends, fuck around, try to, because I know skate is less like Tony Hawk, where Tony Hawk's like do impossible tricks and get the highest score, and skate is more about like, can you really master the mechanics so you can pull off an interesting trick on this rail or on this jump or on this ramp or whatever, just like real life skating is. So I think there's something cool about that. Like every couple of months, the music changes because music is such a huge part of skate culture. And so now it's like you're being exposed to new songs to listen to, and the game looks a little different. The seasons are changing. Now it's Christmas time. Now it's summertime, and you're over here fucking around in this part of town, and now you're trying to master that rail, and you're trying to shoot a video here, and you're trying to build your own park and all these things, and just like having these social kind of friend interactive moments in this social virtual skating space, I think sounds really compelling and intriguing on paper. Will there be a mass market, for this enough to justify and finance this game's existence? I hope so, because I feel like this is an interesting use of the live service model. But we'll have to wait and see, because that's very, it's going to be a very unique take on the live service platform. And, I don't know, as we see in the game space, it seems like more things fail than succeed these days. Not to be so negative, but just to be kind of honest. So we'll see. Looks good. A couple weeks away. Might be something fun to do while we wait for Battlefield 6, right? And then lastly, just something to wrap up on. We didn't really touch last week, but Hollow Knight Silksong, the long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight, does finally have a release date, and it's coming out imminently. It comes out on September 4th, which is next Thursday? So yeah, the day next week's podcast goes live, this will be out on Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, PC, and it's a day one Game Pass game. So we knew it had some affiliation with Xbox. Look at that, it's a day one Game Pass game. So originally announced in 2019, people have been waiting for this game for a while, bitching and moaning about this game. It's been a little annoying seeing people just talk endlessly about when's Silksong coming out, when's Silksong going to be shown. So the fact that it's just finally coming out, and it's not even like, hey, Silksong's finally coming out February next year. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. Here's the game. It comes out in 2 weeks. Fuck off. Okay. The fact that that's how they chose to kind of announce it is really cool and really respectable, because it kind of just shuts everyone up, gives them what they wanted, and makes the problem go away. And I just feel like that's kind of the way to do it, is like when you're ready to talk, then you talk. So hopefully that game will make people happy. I have no interest in Silksong. I know people love Hollow Knight. For me, like the flash animation, like gothic look is a turnoff. I think it looks cheap and budgety. And I know people love this game, so I'm not trying to rag on it. It's just not for me. I have my Metroidvania, Souls, like whatever the fuck these games are, and I just don't need this. I don't have interest or time for it. But no doubt this game will be a massive success. Team Cherry has been made very wealthy off the success of Hollow Knight, which is a 2017 game, I want to say. So it's been a minute, but yeah, I know people are dying to play this, so that's awesome for them. But guys, that's going to do it for all of our news. I'm going to take a quick water break. We're going to come back, talk about the games we've been playing, some comments, and then wrap up the show. So I'll be right back. All right, let's hop back into it, guys, with the games I've been playing this week. shouldn't be too much of a surprise when I'm playing. But before we get into that, I got to tell you about what it is I've been eating, because boy, oh boy, I'm still not done with my taco kick, man. Every day I just want tacos. So I went back to the taco place and I said, you know what? No tacos today. Let me try something different. And they had, at the taco place near my work where the tacos are had, they had a birria quesadilla, which I just got to give a shout out to. Like, there's certain food trends that, coming in and out of phases and stuff. One of the ones that's been really popular in recent years that I'm just super happy with, it's not that it's a new food, but it's just been super popular lately, is birria. The Mexican style, like slow cooked beef braised in the consomme, the beef broth with all the fucking peppers and the seasonings is super good. And traditionally it's made, typically it's made in the form of like a birria taco, where they put the shredded beef in, the barbacoa beef with the cheese, and you put a little cheese on the outside, and then you dip the taco in the consomme sauce, so that when you grill it and you get all the cheese melt and everything, you also kind of cook the sauce into the tortilla. And usually it's done with like flour tortilla, and it's like, God, it's so fucking good. I love that shit. Then you just eat it with a ton of cilantro, ton of raw onion. It's just, oh my God, it's God tier. But I've noticed some Mexican spots lately have been doing birria quesadillas as well, which has been like kind of more and more common. And so this place next to me that I've been addicted to with the tacos, they got the birria quesadillas now, man. It's like the whole ass giant 10-inch quesadilla, the whole thing drenched in the beef broth, the cheese and the meat and everything inside, tons of onions, tons of cilantro, and then they give you like an extra side of the sauce to dip it in. Oh my God, dude, it's literally just the best thing. Like I mean, like I was talking to my coworker, because we were eating it. We got some lunch together at work the other day, and I was talking about, I'm like, it's like great food comes from all corners of the earth. Every country has some dish worthy of providing. Even the British people, even for how anemic their culinary contribution has been to the world. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Scones are fucking amazing. When it comes to like pastries and baked goods, it's like I think scones are an S tier treat. So it's like even a nation as pathetic as England are capable of contributing wonderful things to the culinary world. And so I just want to be able to give props. Everywhere matters. Everywhere has good food, but it is not created equal. There are just some countries that just matter more in terms of what they've given to the earth as a whole when it comes to food. And it's just like, I feel like there's just no denying it. It's like, without a doubt, we got to admit, it's like, there's a reason why every major city you go to, there's a Mexican spot, there's a Chinese spot, there's an Italian spot. It's because these are like the countries where like the best food comes from. Like, in no particular order whatsoever, we just got to admit, it's like China, Japan, Mexico, Italy. Like, this is it. Like, what else would you say? If you had to say one more, let's see, I did one. If you had to do number 5, I don't know what number 5 would be, actually. I don't know. I don't want to say American, because that's too obvious for me to just be like, oh, of course, American food, cheeseburgers and stuff like that. And the way we like bastardize other cultures' food to make American versions, and then that gets popularized. So maybe it is American. I don't know, but like, I don't know. There's something else. Surely there's something obvious I'm missing. Maybe it's Indian food or something. I don't know. But obviously, French food is incredibly important. But the reason why French food is important isn't because French food is so good. It's because French cooking techniques and like the French school, like the philosophy behind how food is made, is so heavily influenced by the French. But that being said, I feel like the most popular dishes are never French dishes. It's not like people aren't just fucking eating fucking duck confit and beef bourguignon all the fucking time. We're eating goddamn pizza and pasta because the Italians were like, Mamma mia, I splooged the big mozzarella all over this dough, and now I got to put it in the oven, or else I'm gonna get fire bricked oven in my pants, and then all these kids are gonna go hungry. So that's how the pizza was made, and then they put the basil on it. These fucking countries where they understand the simple ingredients. The Mexicans with the cilantro, and the Italians with the basil. It's like, you get it. You get that thing where it's like, put some green shit on top and make it good. But I just gotta give a shout out, man. Mexican food, like legit Mexican food, is so absolutely, without a doubt, unequivocally, it's just so god tier when it comes to the culinary world. And I just want to give Mexico their props. For quesadillas, for tacos, for birria, for all of it, for tortas, for all of it. It's just so good. Horchata? You kidding me? You fucking kidding me? It's the only dairy drink I want to have. Anyway, so just shout out to the birria quesadilla, shout out to that Mexican spot near my work, and shout out to onions and cilantro, which make everything taste better. But that's it for what I've been eating. But what about what I have been playing? So I'm dealing with some severe Battlefield 6 withdrawal right now. I really miss Battlefield 6. I really want to play Battlefield 6. So I've been getting I've been riding a hard line of my Battlefield withdrawal by playing Battlefield Hardline. Oh, yes. So Battlefield Hardline, the criminally underappreciated 2015 Battlefield entry, the last game made by Visceral Games before EA unceremoniously fucking shuttered them and fired everyone. What a good game, honestly. I didn't play this game for the first time until 2 or 3 years ago. I talked about it on the podcast when I was playing it, but I never finished it. I played like a chunk of it. I played a little bit online. I was like, damn, this is actually one of the better Battlefield games, and I never knew that. So I really enjoyed it, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, why don't I come back to that, and I can just kind of dabble with all the recent Battlefields that I don't have too much experience with as a way to kind of hype me up and prepare me for Battlefield 6. So I thought that's a great idea. You know, I played Battlefield 3 and 4, but I never really played the campaigns. I played Battlefield Hardline, but I never finished it. So let's jump in. So this past weekend, I played through Battlefield Hardline. I played through the entire campaign. It's fun. It's a really fun, like, cop romp, you know, drug lord story. Like you've seen thriller action cop movies like this a million times before. It does nothing like super impressive narratively speaking, but it is very fun from start to finish. It's a really fun experience, and the way the 10 levels of the game are broken up like TV episodes, it's like a season of a TV show, is a really fun approach to the game. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Quantum Break, but not nearly as good as Quantum Break. But it's fun. It's a competent shooter. You know, the combat encounters are fun. The stealth mechanic in the game feels a little antithetical to what Battlefield is, but it is fun to do it sometimes and to try to get around like entire sections without using any combat. But all in all, I feel like Battlefield campaigns, like from a fun factor and a level design point of view, are never like too impressive, but they're usually pretty good, and this game kind of kills it on like having a fun adventure to go through. And I just really liked that, like, Miami street cops fighting drug cartels and corruption. I thought it was just a fun twist on the Battlefield formula, and it's just too bad that we're not going to probably see more experimental takes on Battlefield as a result of this game being kind of an underwhelmingly received game, because it's pretty fucking good, and so I like that a lot. I tried to play it a little bit online. I'll be honest, this game is so fucking dead online. There was like 23 people on Xbox playing this game online, so that is unfortunately not going to happen. I'm not going to be playing Battlefield Hardline online. So what I did was I moved on to the next one. I started on Battlefield 4, a game I've played the multiplayer a decent amount, not too much but I've never played the campaign. So I've actually beaten the first level of the campaign for this game maybe 5 times between PC, PS4, and Xbox. But this time I'm like, no, I'm actually going to play this game. So I'm on like level 3 right now, kind of early on. And again, it's like the same thing. It's like this game from a production level just looks really good for a game from 2014. It holds up. It's 2013, actually. It holds up well. But it's just like the level design's like, it's just sometimes a little boring. It's just like big open fields, hiding behind cover, shooting just bunches of NPCs. It just feels like sometimes nothing super cool is happening, but then sometimes the environments are really pretty looking and the game can be more fun. But the acting and the set piece moments in this game are quite interesting and compelling, and it's not getting me as much as Battlefield Hardline did, but it's fun enough to play through, so we'll see. And then I also played a little bit of Battlefield 5. Now, Battlefield 5 is the one Battlefield game I've just never played. I never played, period. So when I finish Battlefield 4's campaign, I'll jump into Battlefield 5's campaign, which I know it's more like vignette stories like Battlefield 1 did, which I liked a lot. So I assume I'll probably enjoy it. But I did jump into Battlefield 5's multiplayer just a little bit, just to get a feel for it. And I gotta be honest, while it's weird that this game does like the Fortnite building mechanic thing for Battlefield, this game actually holds up really well in terms of how it feels. And I actually feel like, I know people hate Battlefield 5. It's like the most controversial entry in the series. But just from the 2 matches of online multiplayer I played of this game, I gotta say, this game kind of feels like Battlefield 1943 a little bit to me. And it was a lot of fun. I had a really good time playing a little bit of Battlefield 5. So I'm actually really curious as this next week goes on to spend a lot more time with Battlefield 5, because I think, much like Hardline, this might be another example of a severely underrated, underappreciated Battlefield game. So there's that. And then I'm also playing a little bit of Battlefield 2042 because the Iwo Jima map from Battlefield 5 has just been brought over to Battlefield 2042 as like a last hurrah content update to kind of celebrate Battlefield 2042 in anticipation of Battlefield 6. So I've been playing a little bit of that as well. That map fucking rocks. I'm not very familiar with it in Battlefield 5, but in this game in 2042, boy, it's a good map. And like it's actually possibly the best map in Battlefield 2042. So I've also been having a good time on PC playing 2042 on this new map. They have a 24/7 playlist to play this new map, and it's been really enjoyable. So that's what I've been playing, is lots and lots and lots of Battlefield. I kind of want to go play Black Ops 6 a little bit, but I'm not going to get Game Pass Ultimate again so I can play it. So I'm just going to keep playing Battlefield. I feel bad because Donkey Kong was like, what the fuck, bro? You bought a Switch 2 just to play me. What about me? And I'm like, I'll get back to you, Donkey Kong, but I really got to scratch this Battlefield itch in the meantime. So that's what I'm doing. That's it for what I've been playing, you guys. With that said, let's wrap up the podcast. We don't have many write-ins this week, but we do have a couple. So let's just get right into them, guys. You know how it goes, youtube.com/Xbox On Podcast. That's at Xbox On Podcast at youtube.com. Click on the latest episode, drop a comment. You can be a total fucking prick. You can be the nicest guy in the world. It doesn't matter. I'm going to read your comment. I don't discriminate against anyone in this comments field. So, guys, let's go ahead and hear from none other than Mr. Maug, who hasn't written in a second. He's a sexy motherfucker, and he says, I'm more excited for the Xbox mode coming to other PCs. Now the question is, when will they make it public to everyone? Also, I can attest for the fact that countries have a better Taco Bell menu than we do here in the States. I've been to Taco Bell in Central America, and they had a real dessert menu. Yeah, that's the thing that gets me the most, is the dessert menu, because our dessert menu at Taco Bell in the U.S. is so fucking lame. It's so bad. And every country, like I think I first found it out with Australia, because they have like the Choco Taco fucking tortilla quesadilla chocolate thing. But like every country has better desserts at Taco Bell than we do, and that's just absolutely inexcusable. Why represent your American brand in other countries better than you represent at home? That's just shameful. That's like beating your wife at home so that you can go out at work and tell everyone what a great husband you are because you make a lot of money and come home and pay the bills. It's like you're just not doing yourself a decent service by treating those who love you the most with complete disrespect. So Taco Bell, get it together. As far as the Xbox mode coming to other PCs, I know there's been some big PC Xbox updates lately. I assume you're talking about something like that. Otherwise, I don't know, because I'm so fucking tired with Xbox getting so cute. Every day they're in the news for some bullshit feature that's like anything but Xbox being an Xbox, God forbid. So whatever, Mr. Mag. If you want to write and elaborate, by all means. Otherwise, I'm tapped out on this Xbox shit. But Compassionate Choice writes in and says, Xbox keeps getting worse, but this podcast is only getting better. Well, there you go. Me getting more and more fed up and frustrated every week, I guess, is more entertaining than Phil Spencer being like, I think we should have an Xbox handheld, and then taking a fucking Asus tablet and being like, hey, it's an Xbox if you squint your eyes really fucking hard and look at it like upside down maybe. So yeah, I agree. This podcast is better than Xbox, and I agree this podcast is probably better than Sexual Intercourse or The Ascension to Heaven. So thank you for writing in, Compassionate Choice, and I do appreciate your unrelenting support. I hope you have a really good time on your next vacation, whenever that may be. Cronky rounds us out with the last two comments and says, Rod Ferguson has become the industry fixer. Diablo, BioShock, Gears of War. I hope he does as good a job as he did before. Yeah, I didn't realize that he had worked on kind of sprucing up Battlefield, BioShock Infinite back in the day. So this is kind of fitting that he's back. It's full circle, and it does seem like he is the guy for the job. So, Strauss Zelnick was saying in that financial result or that interview, whatever it was, that like what they have with BioShock 4, this unannounced BioShock game, is that it is a good game, but it's just not a great game yet. And that, they need someone to cut and rework the game and figure out how to take it from what it is to something exceptional. And so if there's anyone who can do it, it sounds like Rod Ferguson is the guy. So I'm really happy they got him on board. And, as someone who is going to play the next BioShock for sure, that is way more exciting to me to have Rod Ferguson working on that than to have him working on something like Diablo, which I just don't give a shit about. So, yeah, selfishly speaking, I'm excited to see what he does over with Cloud Chamber and turning around this next BioShock project. And then, Cronky, you also say, not sure why you skipped Project Spectra, but it definitely was the best reveal of the show for me at opening night live. I'm also so pumped for Lego Batman. The Lego Skywalker game, was amazing. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know what the fuck Spectrum was, and I don't care. Spectrum is a horrible internet provider, and I hate them. But more importantly, Lego Batman looks so good. I've watched a lot of videos of it since Opening Night Live happened last week, and I showed it to my girlfriend. I was like, this is a game we got to play together. Like, will you play this with me? Because this looks like fucking like an amazing game. It's basically just a Batman Arkham game in Lego format. I mean, like, let's do it, man. This game looks so good. I'm so hyped for that game. It is definitely one of my most anticipated games for 2026 now, and I never thought I'd say that about a Lego game. But happy to be saying it if that's what it takes to get another Batman Arkham game. So really looking forward to playing that. But Cronky, thank you for writing in. All you guys, thank you for writing in. And all you guys out there listening, thank you for listening to the Xbox On podcast. I really appreciate if you give the podcast a thumbs up on your podcast service of choice. If you write in on youtube.com and leave a comment so we can hear from you, the audience, and whatever the heck however you want to engage with the show. I just really appreciate you guys listening out there, all those things. I have to remind myself from time to time, I'm someone who, there are podcasts I've been listening to for well over a decade at this point. And I am not a person who interfaces with podcasts. I don't leave ratings. I don't comment in or write in. When people have a lot of negative things to say and I disagree and I don't have a negative outlook on a certain topic, I'm the kind of guy who keeps my mouth shut. I don't speak up. I don't do a whole lot of vocalizing myself on the internet. And so I have to remind myself that there are a lot of people out there that listen to Xbox On. And, maybe I don't know about you or maybe I don't hear from you, but you guys are out there making this podcast happen and making it legit every week and giving me a reason to keep going because I see the metrics, I see the numbers that people are listening, and that just means the world to me. I know there's probably people out there who are like, fuck yeah, Jesse, keep doing what you're doing, but you just don't write in, just like how I don't write into my favorite podcasts. So to those people who will probably never write in, just know I really do appreciate your support nonetheless. Just the fact that you listen to the podcast, the fact that you engage with it in any form at all, it really does mean the absolute world to me, and it's the only fucking reason I do this shit. So I'm gonna keep having a great time doing Xbox On with all you guys. But until next week, until then, have a great week. Enjoy whatever it is that's keeping you busy while we wait for Battlefield 6. I would love to know how you guys are passing the time. It's like that meme from whatever movie or show it is, where the guy is just sitting there with his hands behind his back. He's staring at the seesaw. He's staring at in the kitchen. He's just looking around at the clock, waiting for the time to go by. That is how I feel waiting for Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7. Even though I have a backlog that is longer than the Jeffrey Epstein, the nameless and Jeffrey Epstein's little book. So I just appreciate you all, as always, for listening, supporting the show. Hope you have a great week. Take care. Enjoy your video games. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your loved ones. Make the best of your life and power your dreams.